hold that number in their head that they're trying to reach, and it's simple as not getting emotional and selling early. People that are only investing maybe thousands of dollars, it's life-changing money for them. So when they see their portfolio at 7 mil down to 700,000, back up to 12, whatever the case may be, I can see it being very, very difficult to control that emotion and to sell earlier when you could have made 100 million instead.
For sure. I know when you up in the tens of millions of dollars, far and few between because of the speed of how crypto moves. So, if you have a realistic goal, say, hey, I'm into this for 5 or 10 grand and my account's saying I got 2.5 million in there. What can you do with 2.5 million? You can pay off mortgages. You can still have a big chunk left over to go back into the market again. And it's a variety of issues at stake. And people have to ground themselves and say, hey, am I in this for a 5-year plan or a 5-month plan? So it's all about individual reality.
Hey, Harvey, that'd be a good problem to have, though, huh?
Yeah, like, for instance, okay, I say I look at the market right now, Hex was rotating around between 13 to 16 cents this week. And I said, okay, say in the short term, we see that kind of performance out of Pulsex or Pulsechain. And I'm not claiming any expertise in this, but I know that when I'm at 13 cents, I have X amount of millions there on the table just at the current market price. And I know what I'm going to carve off and I know what I'm going to leave alone and put away for 5 years.
Yeah, totally. I think there's nothing wrong with taking a little bit of profit on the way up as well.
Forget about taking profit for what you're into the thing for. It's all about just having a number that you're comfortable with. And these people got, billionaire dreams. All right. Great, that's fantastic. We always hear about the guy who was an employee at Google or one of the big techs that, got preferred stock as a salary option and was a millionaire in, 2 years after working there. But those are case studies. They're not the rule of law for everyday life. So you have to blend some reality into all this. Yes, it is going to be a once in a lifetime opportunity for a lot of people who've never known or seen 6, 7 figure, 10 figure money, but you have to be realistic about it, because if you don't, when that thing spins back around and goes south again on you and you have to wait another 5 years till it cycles back up, that will really hit you in the nuts.
I just want to share my take profit strategy after hearing those statements. And the way I explain it to people is have a number. I'm just going to use the number of 100,000 or a reference of 1 million. The goal is to accumulate forever until your bag on paper says the life-changing gain number. For me, I'm going to lowball it and just say 1 million for an example. Whenever the day it touches $1 million, I'm going to accumulate until it gets there. And then once it gets there, my goal is to just take 10% profit once a year for the rest of my life. Bottom line is, I'm trying to build a generational play with this by accumulating and not selling and holding until my bag turns into those life-changing gains. And then for the rest of my life, once a year, I can take 10 to 20% of whatever that bag is during bull market years, which are 3 to 1, I guess.
Some of these guys will be the Thomas Edisons of crypto, and some of these guys will be the MySpace of crypto. So you really have to weigh it on a scale. And when you see that flurry of activity and you see money that no one in the past 5 generations of your family has seen, and you say, no, I'm going to wait for it to go higher. I saw all that with the dot-coms 20 years ago, and I know which side of the coin lands on. It never lands on the side that you want it to. So
what are you saying, Harvey? If your bag gets to $1 million, Harvey, are you selling your entire bag, bro?
No, I'm not selling my entire bag, but I just know at current market prices, where Hex is at. If I hit the current market price, the next 2 generations of my family would be okay. It'd be great to see $1 a month after trading opens for Pulsechain and Pulsex, but is it going to happen? That's anyone's guess. The biggest thing I have going in life is the management of my time, because my time really is worth more than my money, and I value it and I treasure it.
I'm just super bullish. There's nothing in my bones in my investments that say that I want to take any profits. And all I'm doing is just accumulating as much as I can whenever I have spare money when it comes to all of Richard Hart's projects, spreading it amongst the 4 or 5 or however many he's going to have, and diversify and hold.
Looking at like what Hex has achieved and the adoption and the amount of money that went in originally, and even over that year and a half, in some respects, is nowhere near, I don't think. And Richard also said that, you know, the amount of people that are interested, and now let's look at all the hexagons that have made X amount of money. There's a lot of money going to go into this ecosystem. So for it, like if we've got 10,000 X on Hex, to say that it couldn't do 1,000 X in 2 years, you know, why the hell could it not? You know, if it's deflationary as well, and if the ecosystem grows, and a lot of people do favour staking and getting those rewards and sitting back, which is a smart move unless you're a trader in some respects, because you know you can sell and buy, but if you're new to trading, you could be selling the bottom and then buying back in higher, and just, you know, the whole thing's just a headache. So, you know, just sitting on it. I mean, personally, I do think it could go to a 10,000 X within a 2 year to 5 year period. So, you know, scaling out at certain peaks is what, because I like to trade, so I will be sort of taking some profits, but then buying back in. So I'm still holding the same kind of amount, but releasing some on the way up. And obviously, if I see big warning signs, you know, it's time to take some profits. That's sort of my take on it. It's just the whole thing is very exciting for me. I think P-Hex is a great opportunity as well.